I don't know how long, honestly. So, real quick, let's just go ahead and I think I'm gonna start doing this for our outros.
Okay. Running for your life. Running for your life. Go down Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. What?
Yeah, Shannon Sharp from
Oh, good. Shay Shay.
Yeah,
I missed the theme song. I gotta go back and watch it.
I watch the theme song all the time. Sure,
Oh yeah, we definitely
So anyways, man, so we got through two clips of this movie. And this whole movie, like I said, when I first got introduced to this movie, it was back when it first came out, when they first released it. And this sort of thing was not heard of, but the type of language that you heard was totally acceptable. And that's just how people talk across the board. And I mean, especially what they did was Hollywood always depicted the real, how people really was feeling it and truly were. Even though they may not have been talking this kind of nonsense in your face, they still were in some parts of this country. We'll get back to this later. But at that time, in the 70s, they were still talking this nonsense. So I'm just saying, when you look at things today, which is 2023, it was back in 1973, 4 when this came out. year 2000, man, that was like, that was so far-fetched. But here we are in 2023, and you look, and the exact same thing is still going on. The reason being is because how this whole America was constructed and how it was constructed. Don't make sense. And we all know that. I mean, we've been hearing the truth, and people just keep repeating the same thing, and that's cool because it should be heard. But we know who built the country, we knew who gave and who didn't give, we know who talked and who did the walk, we know all that. Everybody in this country knows who did what and why.
Oh yeah.
Now it's at a point now where people don't know what to do about the reckoning. What do we do now that we've got to this point where everybody knows that this has happened? We can no longer hide. We gotta face up because it's time to pay the piper.
Yeah, man, it's time. People think that it was just gonna be kind of cool and kind of easy to just move past it. But some people want answers. A lot of us want answers, because it was happening for so long for people to be like, you can just forget it. Mm-hmm. I can't just forget it. Like it happened to ancestors. I may not know these people personally, but they are personally a part of the life that I'm living. So you should be concerned.
See, I totally agree. And here's the thing, because the nonsense still exists, you know about it. See, you shouldn't. If what was supposed to happen in my era, you shouldn't have even known about it. You shouldn't know about racism other than what you read about it in books. You shouldn't see it. It shouldn't be out like it is
existing
now.
Factor.
All this "let's make America great" nonsense. And then when you ask the question, well, when was it great? Well, it was great back when women couldn't vote, when blacks had to ride in the back. Is that what you're talking about?
And then people would say
when the Irish couldn't walk on the same side that the Italians walked on. That kind of nonsense. We all had all these bloody fights and battles down there in Chicago with the mobs killing each other in restaurants and out on the street. Nobody don't want to talk about that. They just blink right over that. But yet still you got people like this dude down in Florida, Santo. They want to take all the history, anything that contain that. Now think about how stupid this is. At some point, you take all this stuff out. Okay. At some point, some child is going to ask the question, how did that get there? See, and then you're going to have to lie and say, oh, well, your great-great-great-grandfather did that. And he's going to say, well, I want to see pictures of it. They wanted to see receipts. They want to see the evidence. See, you don't have any. Because every time you show anything like that, it's going to be black folks. Slaves. Because that's who built them. You ain't going to be able to get away from it. It's going to be exposed. I know, man. Shit's tiresome, man. You get tired of it, but...
Man, but... Because y'all been dealing with it for way longer than we even had to.
Well, you know, man, you was talking about ancestors. Let me tell you something. Ancestors pass on a lot of things. And you get strengths, you get weaknesses, you get all kinds of things from it. But one thing you definitely get is a direction to go in. Ancestry always show you how to overcome, how to develop, how to do what you need to do, because all those things have been placed in us. So that's why we're still here. That's why we will continue to be here. You know, because our folks is the one that walked from Africa, the continent of Africa, all the way around and spread their seed. You know, you can find the African DNA from the South Africans' DNA. You can find it in every continent on the face of this earth. You don't think I'm telling the truth? What's that program, man, you was looking at? Reported about people's journey of people.
Journey of men.
Journey of men. One drop of blood that dude took and went in there and showed you how all of these people was all over the place, man.
How centuries,
thousands and tens
thousands.
of thousands of years, yeah.
So
I think
long.
he said about 50, 60,000 years ago. So, you know.
Tens of thousands of years from a single drop of blood can tell you something. So what makes y'all think that we couldn't figure out who really owns the land that we live on?
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, so you done with this?
Yeah, I think we did pretty well for today as far as all of this. Yeah.
Okay then. So look here. Now and then
we are closing out another session. I think it was once again successful. So thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, write your comments in the below how you think you feel about this particular movie, a standpoint,
or
any of the topics that we've had.
Or the ideas, because we did talk about the ideas. We used the movie to reflect those ideas because of the time, the now and the then, you know, how it looked then and how it looks now. You know, and that's what our program going to be about, taking these different things that America see every day. I mean, the next time we may go back to the Hoover Dam, I don't know, and we'll talk about how the Hoover Dam is built the same way this country is. And we'll talk about how it's structured the same way that this country is and why it needs to be repaired. You know, all kinds of things. We're just going to make stuff up. That's what everybody else is doing.
Hey, look, we're just going to go with the flow while we got it flowing.
Yeah, you know, Tucker Carlson, you know, that's what he do. And he makes millions.
Millions?
Oh,
He
yeah.
makes millions.
Millions. You know, he just makes stuff up.
$1 million. All right, guys. So we are going to exit. Peace out. Peace, love, and blessings.